right, welcome to episode 2 of Rollin Dogs. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for being back for another episode with us. Today, we're going to debut a new segment called Will It Roll? We'll get to that in a little bit. First, the topic at hand. We have to talk about the dogs that we'll be rolling today. We got Nathan's bun-length skinless beef franks. So Nathan's, as you know, hosts the hot dog eating competition every year on the 4th of July. 2020, this year, just a couple weeks ago, Joey Chestnut broke his record again, eating 75 of these skinless beef franks. We're not going to be doing that today, but we've got 8 of them here. We're going to pop on the roller, break it down by floppiness, juiciness, inside texture, flavor, and mouthfeel, and give you an overall rating for you to argue with me about in the comments. First things first, though, we got to get our Superior 7 hot dog roller rolling. I just wish I knew what I did with the operating manual. We're going to throw that right out the window, though. I'm going to assume we'll start out with the power button. All right, we've got both heating, both set to 4. We're going to cut these hot dogs open, get them rolling, and give them the old taste test. All right, so that's 10 minutes on the roller for the Nathan's bun-length skinless beef franks. And I'm ready to pull a couple off and give them a taste test here. We're going to take this guy, safety first, of course, with the glove. And we're going to take this guy, maybe. Oh no. There we go. So, first place we're going to start, before we even put them in the buns, is we're going to check for floppiness. So as we can see there, got a nice floppy wiener. It's not breaking apart, which you might expect with no casing on it, no skins, if you will. But the wiener's good and floppy there. We're going to give that I say we can give that a solid 9 out of 10 for floppiness. Into the bun. And I don't know where our wiener went. We'll take a new one here. We'll take this guy. So we accomplished the floppiness already, but just for reference, we're uniform floppiness across the board. We'll pop that in this bun here. Then we'll go ahead and prepare our classic dog. Of course, using French's yellow mustard, Heinz tomato ketchup, tomato depending on where you're watching it from, and Vlasic sweet relish, not dill. So we'll write down our floppiness score there. I don't know if it's something special with the beef franks, but they seem really juicy coming out of the pack. There's juice spraying all over my paperwork here. But this is our classically prepared Nathan's bun-length beef skinless frank. You can see it goes end to end in that bun. Here we go. Oh, the juiciness of that dog. Compared to last week's ballparks, this beef, oh man. That is a juicy dog. That's got to be a 10 out of 10 on juiciness. It's just the right juiciness. Not too juicy, but enough to remind you that it's supposed to be juicy. To knock out the rest of these categories here for our inside texture, we're going to go Joey Chestnut style. Plain hot dog on Lewis, the Lewis Shop, Family Bakery. We've got in their casing here. So we'll go ahead and see what this tastes like. Oh man. The inside texture, it's just as you'd expect from a hot dog. I mean, inside texture, it's nothing extraordinary. We're gonna give inside texture a 6 out of 10. Flavor, That is a delicious hot dog right there. Flavor, man, for what I've tasted so far, we're gonna go 8.5 out of 10. And finally, the tricky category here is mouthfeel, the way it feels when you're eating it, how it makes me feel inside my mouth. If you could take the gentle caress of a cow whose entire life was spent eating the finest grasses and grains, whose final wish was to be one of Joey Chestnut's world record hot dogs, you have that flavor, that mouthfeel right here in these Nathan's dogs. I'm going to give that an 8.5 as well. And maybe someday down the road we'll revisit the Nathan's bun length skinless beef franks. But for now, I'll get the scores tallied here. I'll let you know the overall rating on it. And let me know in the comments what you'd like to see done better. Don't go anywhere yet. Stick around. We're going to do our first edition of Will It Roll. We've got this can of Meyer Rich and Hearty maple and bacon flavor baked beans that we're going to throw on the roller and see what happens. Stick around. Thanks for watching. As promised, this is our new segment for the week. This should be a recurring series where we try different things. My slogan, one man, one hot dog roller, infinite possibilities, as seen right here on the back of this hoodie. When I say infinite possibilities, I literally mean infinite. So this is Will It Roll. This is the segment that we're going to do every week where we try to experiment with something new. And this week, we're going to be using a Rich and Hearty maple and bacon flavored baked beans. About the big 28-ounce can, so this should take a little while to get heated up. I'm not entirely sure what it's going to do, so we're going to put this on the hot dog roller outside in a nice, safe area where if it decides to explode or something, then we're ready for it. So hopefully on this segment every week, what we're going to try to do is put something new and interesting on the hot dog roller, whether that's a type of food, an inanimate object, something that shouldn't be eaten. No matter what it is, we're going to try to put something on that hot dog roller and see if it will roll. Now, obviously, this is a can, it will roll. But the idea is we're going to put different things on there every week and see if they will roll. The intention with this is to cause destruction. So I want to see what happens when you heat this poor can of beans to its breaking point. So we're going to take this outside. We're going to throw it on the hot dog roller, crank it up as high as it'll go. I'm going to throw it on a time lapse, and we'll talk about what happens after it happens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my gloves on, my heat resistant gloves here. And since we couldn't get an explosion out of the can of beans, I'm going to take this can of beans and we're going to see what happens when I stab it with something sharp. Ooh, that bottom's all bulged out there, so we got some heat going to it. We got up to about 240 degrees. If you can go like right here. And we've got our fancy bean stabbing material here. And if this burns me, just keep filming until I stop writhing in pain. That's so much better than I expected it to be. And that's your first edition of Will It Roll.